Hello, ATL Kool-Aid drinkers. It's that time again. ATL Kool-Aid drinker commentary. And we got a lot to talk about and a few things to be excited about, okay? And some of the moves that the Atlanta Falcons has been making has been pretty cool. Uh, some of the stuff I haven't really been paying too much on with the Atlanta Falcons. But but I think they've been doing pretty good right now. I see they made a trade uh thing with with New England and picking up a player. Now, I don't know how good he is, but let's hope he's pretty good. Let's hope he's pretty good, and we can and he can make a difference on the team. So that's important. So they picked out here. They picked up a guard by the name of Landon Robinson from the Patriots. So they say they got the team set up now where it's all a complete competition right now to see who gonna win those positions. They said no starters, so a good mind game going on, But most of the starters and most of the players know who they are. The starters know who they are, but it's a good mind game to give the starters and those guys the feel that they can't just relax and go, just play around and say, I got this thing, and no, you don't. Cause you play around and mess around, let some Ricky or somebody who can come up and play better than you, uh, put some pressure on you and maybe even take your spot. Cause sometimes they gonna give that guy more looks than they would any other time. But that's a good thing going on with the Falcons over there. I want to just say you get this video, you know what I'm saying? You're a Falcon fan, a Hawks fan, a Brave fans, and you like what I got to say about them, give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. Just respond, you know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. You wanna go against what I'm saying or agree with what I'm saying? Leave a comment. Also subscribe so you can hear my commentary, see what I'm thinking about some of the things that going on with the team, and see if you agree with it, and then if you don't agree, and then if there's any kind of news that I have to share, I share it. You know, but as for right now, man, I'm gonna give you my opinion about the Atlanta Hawks and they in a situation with their lottery position in the eighth spot and having to pick at that eight spot. And I'm just gonna give you my opinion on that. But before I do that, I want to give a shout out to the Atlanta Braves for beating up on the LA, okay, on the LA Dodgers this weekend. It was a beautiful thing. They didn't care whether the wives was out there and the little kids was out there throwing balls to their players, and they went out there. And I want to give a really big shout out to Eli White, the man that I always say for some odd reason he carried his aura with the Braves when he intrigued and he's all we win. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you have these players that you put on certain teams or certain things just follow these players. Like I didn't know that they were putting out there that they just something just going with. Uh, they were putting something out there about AD. Anthony Davis. Like whatever team get him or whatever, they win the lottery. So that kind of stuff, man. Robert Ory, just about most of the team that Robert Ory is not a superstar player, but I think he got about 6 or 7 championship rings because every time he's on a team for some odd reason. I know what reason though, because Ory was big. You talking about somebody clutch, big clutch. Robert Ory was off the chain, man. So you got most of the time you got Ory on your team, you got a chance of winning a championship. And there's certain players that does that. So the thing I'm saying is that Eli just carried the aura for the Atlanta Braves. What I'm feeling is that, and I want to give him a shout out, man, because that play he made running into that wall. I don't know. I ain't really get a chance to see all what happened to his face, how he survived it, but he stayed in the game after he ran into the wall, and it was very important that we knew that he was like, okay, he caught that ball, man. Bases loaded, bro. That was when you talking about clutch and putting your body on the line for the team. That was it. Cause I think if he wouldn't have caught that, man, they would have been running for days. They probably got themselves and got the momentum going and to come back in that game. But if I'm not mistaken, I think we won that game 6-0. If I'm not mistaken, let me just check and see. So the Atlanta Braves, I'm gonna since I got access to pull this stuff up, I'm gonna pull it up, okay? So the Atlanta Braves actually did really good this weekend, and by them doing that, you got to tip your hat off to them. You know, you got to tip your hat off to them, and we got to go from there. You know, let me put them up right quick. So right now, the Atlanta Braves played the Dodgers, okay, and which we lost to the Dodgers. We did win the series. We lost to the Dodgers in game 1, 3-1. And then we came back in the last 2 games on May 9th, which was my son's birthday. And we beat them on 7-2. And then we came back yesterday, which was on the 10th, and we beat them again 7-2. So, shout out to the Braves. They deserve some Kool-Aid drinking. I'm about to be ready. We're about to get ready to do that. We're gonna be toasting those guys, man. So it's a good big deal, man. But the Atlanta Braves got it going on. See what I got right here. After a while, we're gonna be getting ready to do this. The transfer over to the Braves right here, man. You see that hat? That's that when I went to that World Series, got that championship hat, man. Thanks to my daughter and everything. So yeah, we about ready to transfer wearing that hat for the Braves, man. That's gonna be my hat I'm gonna be wearing. But we got a little bit more to go with the Atlanta Hawks with the draft, because we got the draft coming up in about a month or so or whatever. And then we're gonna see who we're gonna pick. Right now in the A spot, man. Well, we are for years, man. We've been trying to get them to build around Trae Young with a big, with a center that can play with him, a team that's sort of tall and long or whatever. Which I thought we were almost there, but honestly decided to go other way, and we needed that bag up point guard, which we never got. So it took us, man. I mean, 5 years, bro. Well, it felt like that. I mean, that's what it felt like. I mean, from 2021, actually, yeah. After the championship, man, they just depleted the players from around Trae Young, starting with Nate, bringing in DeLon Wright and TLC, and then he got rid of them and brought the Holiday brothers. Holiday being the bag up point guard, and their brother being a power forward, getting more playing time than Jalen Johnson and stuff like that. And I mean, like, really, he came in, he took time from Jalen Johnson for real. TLC came in, took time, and DeLon Wright did and ran off Cam Reddish. So, I mean, this was a coach thing, and people don't believe me. It was Nate McMillan that actually wanted Murray when Travis tried to tell them not to do it, and he wanted Murray to try to play Trae off ball. He was really excited about that. I got a video where he just smirking about that. He just couldn't wait. I mean, Trae Young didn't have no problem playing with Murray, but he didn't know Murray was that bad of a shooter as a 2. But it didn't turn out for us, and now we in a pickle. we next year we tank. We can't even tank for next year, man. And then honestly gonna go, and I think what they just made was the biggest mistakes of the Atlanta Hawks' life, as it was for moving off of Dominique when we had a chance to win a championship. As it was for moving off Hartford and not giving him and T the extension. Those big mistakes, man. You got to keep your all-star. You ain't an organization that cannot afford to pass off your all-star. You know that's Trae Young is a 3-time, 4-time all-star, 3rd-team All-NBA, led the league in points and assists for his whole time, or been at one time, and then been in the top 5 of that. And then Al Horford and T put us in a 60-win team. We just 60-win team. Both of those guys took us to the Eastern Conference Final, and we don't like them. Yeah, I know Al Horford don't like the Hawks because he have a right to not like the Hawks because they didn't treat him right. T could have the same feeling because they didn't treat him right either. Okay, he tried to tell Trae Young to be nice because he know they were mistreating him too. And Trae Young just wasn't gonna go for that. He actually put his heart on the line, had a desire when he could have left and went and played with Wemby or went and played with LeBron in LA. And he chose not to because he thought him and Landry had talked, and he felt that Landry had made a promise that he was going to build this team around Trae Young, and he started the process. After they started the process of moving off Hunter, Bogey, and moving off Clint Capella to rebuild a young squad around Trae Young, going to try to get a center, going to try to get a person that can shoot a little bit better than Bogey, and then replacing Collins with Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson being that Hunter player, but and pairing Jay, and then you went and got Ricochet as the other catch and shoot guy, which Trae Young had Ricochet averaging 14 points a game, and about 5 or 6 had a couple of 30-point games. I was at one of them when he put 30 up on the New York Knicks, and then he had some 20-point games. His rookie year, he ended up being second behind Castle in that draft class as being a rookie of the year. So I don't understand and then they fired Landry right when he basically, tell you the truth, man, Landry was just about to get it right. That's what he was doing. He had made the moves, and then with KP and Nas and Kennard with Trae Young in this movement. And then, it was still there for Unser to go ahead and complete it, but he didn't. So now I'm finna tell you right now, we on the pickle. Everybody say the Pelican got fleeced for not taking that center, okay? But you have to understand, we're the one who always get fleeced, okay? We the one who get fleeced. In actuality, Joe Dumars is a champion, man. He know how to do it. And when he saw a player that he wanted, which was one of the best players in the draft, and you cannot tell me that he was that the guy that we passed up on and traded to them was not one of the best players in the draft. Okay? He was not. You cannot tell me he was not. Derrick Queen was one of the best players in that draft class. Okay? As a rookie with the New Orleans Pelicans, he averaged 11.7 points, 7.1 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 47.3% from the field. And we thought we were doing good passing up on him to get into the draft class to see whether we were going to get those Pelican picks or get the pick of the Bucks. And we ended up with Bucks picks. And we got in the lottery and we got the A spot. Yeah, the era of Trae Young is over in Atlanta. Yes, it is. But the era of Trae Young is not over in the NBA. It is not over in the NBA because next year, Trae Young is that #1 pick who's going to really be playing. He's going to be playing with the #2 pick in Alex Sarr. And AD, listen to me, AD. Listen to me. Anthony Davis. Don't mess this up, man. Go in there and dap everybody up. With this #1 pick, it got to get you some encouragement to come to play with these boys. Because let me tell y'all something. Everybody underestimates Trae Young and his heart to win, man. He wins in every situation that he in, he's winning, man. And a lot of time, if he's not winning, the load of the team that he's playing with is just a little bit too heavy. But if he got somebody that can ride along with him, he gonna win. He gonna win, bro. It's just simple as that. And with me looking at the Washington Wizards, and I said this, the Washington Wizards better not get to an Eastern Conference final before us after you have made this trade on Trae Young. From my point of view, and while I'm looking at the Atlanta Hawks roster, this has been the biggest mistake Unsi have ever made. And he all did it because he loved Coach Quinn, and he did what Coach Quinn asked him to do. Okay? I want you to hear this. All right? The Atlanta Hawk roster. I want you to hear this. And I ain't going to even add Zach Ricochet in there because I really believe that he's going to get traded. He's going to get moved off. According to Roland, there is a very chance that he said, this is what Roland said. He said that Unsi don't have no problem with Zach or hating him or anything. But with Quinn don't hate him or dislike him or anything like that. But he said Quinn don't have a value in trusting him or trusting him enough to play him. So if Quinn is saying that he don't have enough trust in Zach as a #1 pick in playing him, and his managers, after he spoke how much he loved, when Unsi spoke how much he loved Quinn after that 50 point loss debacle in the playoffs, exposing the Atlanta Hawks to the entire league. It's going to be rough, bro. It's going to be ugly. And I'm going to say something after this right here, but it's going to be ugly, and it's not going to be pretty, okay? I want you to hear this. Basic of this roster. Jalen Johnson. Oh, we want somebody young? No. Been in the league 5 years. Jonathan Kuminga. Oh, he young. No, been in the league 5 years. C.J. McCollum, over 30. Dyson Daniel, been drafted. He got a young, but he been in the league 4 years. Okongu, he got drafted in 2021. He been in the league 5 years. Buddy Hill, you know he old. Jock, 30. Jock Landale is 30 years old. Gabe, he pregnant about 30 years old himself. He's 29 years old. Come on, man. Come on, man. And Nikhil, come on, you talking about a young, he's 27. Come on, man. If you're gonna look at the people who playing right now, you look at OKC, you look at the young boys playing with women, they first year players, man. First year players, man. They just been in the league 3 years. They 18, they 19, 21, 22. Already playing. The only young people on our team is Asa Newell, Mo Gay, and he really ain't that young. Come on, man. King Wallace? Are you serious? We got Ray J. Dennis. Who is that? Ray J. Dennis, bro. Who is Keyshawn Gilbert? Is he gonna play? Zachary Richardson. Who they don't like. 21 years old. Just turned 21 years old. Why they keep, every time I turn around, this man getting taller, he getting shorter. It don't make sense to me, right? When he came in the league, they said he was 16. Now the dude, they put him all the way down saying he's 6'8". How's that? Either he's 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", what, 6'11"? Who lying? When you look at that dude on the floor, he is tall as Jalen Johnson. So, I mean, sometimes I don't understand why. I've been on the floor with those guys. I've been down there watching them practice. The man is tall as Jalen Johnson. Or taller. Come on. 6'8"? Are you serious? Why? Why lie on the man? First you brought the man in at 6'10", now you're dropping him all the way down to 6'8". That make him look even worse. Come on, get up out of here, bro. Okay? No way. The man just 21 years old. He young. That's young. We only got 2 players on the team that's 20 and 21 years old. Come on, man. Y'all said we building a young team? Daniel 23, but he been in the league for a while, man. This ain't he came from over there with New Orleans Pelicans. I think he was with 2 years over there, man. Okay, that's where he come from. But I just want to say, man, this is what I want to talk about right here, though. This is my last thing I'm gonna say. The Atlanta fan base on their teams. Okay? I'm just going to talk about 3 teams. I ain't going to go with the other. Atlanta Braves has their fan base. The base of that fan base is in Cobb County, majority of white fans. It's a beautiful thing. You go to the Battery. I love it. I have no problem being around a majority of white folk. I was at one game where a Hispanic girl went out talking about they were being racist. I don't know what her problem was, but she was drunk, okay? Anyway. See, cause it was got where you go is a bunch of white people. But it's okay. I rock with them. And I'm fine with them. Now, the Atlanta Falcon fan base is a bunch of us. It's a black population. It's a black fan base, a large black fan base. They love them, and the majority of them, but one thing about the black fan base, they are very bandwagoners. They on and off, on and off. Now the Atlanta Hawks fan base is a mixture of people, right? Black, white, Asian, Indians. And the thing is, they was not just an Atlanta Hawks fan base. They were actually a Trae Young fan base. They liked it Trae Young. And so they came to see Trae Young. So the Atlanta Hawks fan base is a little bit, the blacks will try to get in on it every now and then. They got some really good stuff going on, but they not down now like that. Not like the way they are with the Atlanta Falcons. So, as you seen one of my short videos when I said no Trae Young, no traffic, no Trae Young, and I show you even when they were on the winning streak, you saw that behind me. You saw a bunch of empty seats before the fourth quarter was even over, even when we was winning a lot of games. And I've been my basic season ticket holder in that area in different spots, of course. I don't know. Everybody want to pick at me because I'm sitting over there in the Chick-fil-A section, not down on the floor. I ain't got that kind of money. Okay. But anyway, I've been a season ticket holder from what I can afford for a long time. Okay, going all the way back to Al Horford them, and I actually was there after the trade of Al Horford and had to go through that with your boy, with the boy, who we got, the homeboy, who we had got to play, and saw him get knocked out twice saw him get knocked out twice with the Atlanta Hawks against the Washington Wizards. Because majority of the time at that time, we had to go through the Washington Wizards. Just like when we went to the Eastern Conference Final, our first playoff game was against the Washington Wizards. Okay, and so we end up finally beating them because a few times we were knocked out first round. But that's basically how this fan base, is divided here in Atlanta. Okay. And it's just the way it is. But I think all conglomerated together, we love our team somewhat in a way. And then you just got the city itself, man. In the city itself, we got with all the international people living here, all the transfers from other states that comes here. You got every. In actuality, I think you got fans for every group of people, or for every team. They got a fan base here in Atlanta. Every team got a fan base in Atlanta. And some of them even travel, like coming to Atlanta. So, guys, look, I think the Atlanta Hawks got a long way to go to clean this thing up. And this is my suggestion to Auntie right now. If your first thing you want to do to clean this thing up and you want to start the process of a championship, first of all, you got to fire your coach. I hate to say it, but you got to fire Quinn first, okay? If you go into this draft right now, you had 2 to 3 drafts that you missed out on. You missed out on Hudson Yang and Reynaud. Then you traded your boy, you know what I'm talking about, to the Pelicans. Okay, so you missed out on him. So by you doing that on Bradley, you missed out on Bradley. Okay, so I would suggest, if Morrow, the 7'3" guy, is there, I would suggest you to go ahead and get Morrow. Okay. Second, after that, I would suggest that you go and get off of Kuminga. I mean, get off, not Kuminga, but get off of Kuminga too, man. For real. I said trade all these guys. Trade all of them, okay? And start a really complete rebuild. Get Morrow. Go ahead and I don't know, man, about your point guard. Just stay where you're at right now with Dyson as being your point guard or whatever. And go ahead and do what you've been doing. Move off all these other guys, CJ McCollum. If you think they're going to be the guys that gonna give you a challenge, then you go ahead and stay pat, because they ain't going to be no better than the guys that you might go get as other backseat riders. So you can probably stay with Kuminga, CJ, and just stay with them guys and see what they can bring you again next year, since y'all think they did so well. Okay. But you can go get those guys. But my suggestion is that after next year, cause when they go down, you ain't gonna have your draft pick. Okay. So then the next following year, hopefully we get our draft pick the next following year. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. So what I would suggest, okay, is that you go ahead and start a complete rebuild. Trade Quinn. Go ahead and get your center now that you're going to build around, right? And then when you get an opportunity to get in the next draft, go get you a point guard, or find you a real good point guard, okay? To start building your team around the point guard and the center. And then let Jalen Johnson. So I know y'all finna get rid of Richard Shea. I would say keep Richard Shea. So Jalen Johnson, Asa Newell, keep those guys, those two guys as your main young pack. Asa Newell gonna be good. Don't let him stay down in G League too long. You're gonna lose his confidence. You go down there and get hurt, then he really won't be no good. Just like all the Landry picks did, just stayed down in G League the whole time, and they all got hurt. So don't do that. So I suggest that you go ahead and start the rebuild now. But they're going to have to start with firing Quinn. All right? So ATL Kool-Aid drinkers, hey, this time right here, the Atlanta Braves, baby, getting ready to make that run to that World Series one more time. We took care of we took care of LA Dodgers, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the highest paid teams. So this is the deal, bro. This is where we go. If y'all like this video, you know what you got to do? Thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, so you can get my next commentary on Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Braves, and Atlanta Falcons. Go Hawks, go Braves, go Falcons. See you on the next one.